Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back. I went out yesterday and I tried to catch some fish. 'Tis the season for pale skin and angry shoppers, because when that time of year comes around, you can't catch fish hardly. It's not where in my area, it seems like. Went out yesterday and I caught, well, I'll show y'all real quick. There's a fish. Yay. He's fighting hard. Probably a little bass or a red breast. Ooh, look at that beautiful red breast sunfish. Yeah, that's what I caught, that one red breast. It was pretty rough, but that is what it is. So I got home and I thought today, I was like, I kind of went out to a couple creeks around my area. I still couldn't catch nothing. And I thought today, I was like, I'm going to come home and I'm going to talk about this, because I kind of want to make a video about my experience between a kayak and a boat and how I want to talk about it and which one I think's better and kind of how neither one of them's the best and how one is not better than the other in its own way. I know that's confusing, but let's talk about kayaks. Let's talk about my experience with kayaks, what I've had, and why I like them, and then we'll go on to my boat and why I chose my boat over a kayak. First, starting off, I got the Moken. I had the Moken. I used it for a good period of time when I kind of wasn't making videos. That was a dumb period of time in my life. I wasn't making videos, but now I'm back and I'm be making videos all the time. If y'all new to this video and y'all ain't seen my channel, go check it out. It's kind of cringy, but it's not too bad. All right. I used my Moken, fished for a while, and really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the Moken. I liked the way it was able to get me in places I couldn't get into by foot, because at that point I didn't own a boat. I'd had a jet ski in the past, and I fished from it for a while, but that was a whole ordeal, and that thing tore up. I'm not going to rid of it. Whatever. Yeah, so I used the Moken for a while. Really liked the kayak. It wasn't the most stable kayak in the world. Excuse me, guys. It wasn't the most stable kayak in the world, but it wasn't super heavy. It's really durable, and it wasn't that much. I ended up buying that kayak used for like $300-400. I got a really good deal. I can't remember. I made a video about it. Y'all can dig back. Maybe I'll link it right here. But I used it for quite some time, and then I ended up getting the Hobie. And then I got the Hobie, and I used it, and I really enjoyed that thing. You could get out, go around. I could put it in the creek. I had it had a cart and wheels and all that good stuff, so I was able to put it out in creeks and move it around. I took it to the lake, used it. One thing I didn't, this is where kind of like, I don't see how y'all guys, I'd got the Hobie. Let's talk about the Hobie for a second. I'd got the Hobie. It was a 12-foot 2017 Hobie. It was in great shape. I got for like $2,200. I like finding good deals. I normally buy stuff used if the price is right and the quality's good. The thing had been used like one time, and I got for like $2,200. I always find kayaks, and that's why I'm going to dig is winter. I always find them around the winter time because a lot of people aren't looking for them and people are trying to sell them. You can normally get them down pretty cheap. All that good stuff. So I used it for a while. It was in great shape. I used it, went out on the lake and fished around, caught a lot of perch and a lot of fish the first of the year right there when it was, still cold outside. I really enjoyed it. I'll show some pictures of it. I really like that kayak. I really do. I love that kayak. Used it a lot. The only thing I didn't like about it is my lake that I go to is real clear, and it's a really recreational lake, and I have to go across the lake. Now, a lot of people kayak across the lake, but me personally, my comfort level of kayaking across the lake isn't very high. I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact, I always felt vulnerable, like I get hit by a boat, or it just kind of like creeped me out. I didn't enjoy it. So I stayed around the bank a lot, and I fished around on one side of the lake, and I kind of always felt like I was cheated, like I couldn't get, even though I could get across the lake, I just didn't feel comfortable. I was like, I had anxiety about it. I just didn't like it. So I used it for a while, and then I used it in the creeks, and I was digging around, and I was like, I'd like to get me a small boat. I was like, I'm gonna get a John boat. I was like, I'll get me like a cheap John boat, put me a trolling motor, maybe find me a little cheap motor, put it on there. And I got to digging around on those like little let go sites and stuff like that, and I found a great deal. I found the boat that I have now, which is the 1446 Triton. Is like a 2008 or something like that, and it have an older non-running at the time Evinrude. It was like an older 80s or 70s model, and the guy wanted $1,300 for it. It was an estate sale. His old lady's dad had died, and et cetera, and they were just selling stuff off. So I'd contact him, and I was like, I'll give you $1,100 cash for it right now. And he's like, well, I've got other people waiting and all that stuff. And I kind of talked to him and got to talking to him and kind of befriended him a little bit. And I was like, all right, I'll give you $1,200 cash. You can hold on to it just till this evening or in the morning or whatever. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. You're a nice guy and all that stuff. So I did that, and I didn't have that much money on me at the time, so I had to borrow some money off my buddy, which I ended up paying back in a few days. So we went and got the boat, checked it out, got the boat, brought it back. I paid him off, got the boat, and then got it home, and the motor wasn't running, and then I ended up having to spend about $100 to get the motor running. So we're at $1,300 right there. And I got to thinking about it, I was like, that motor's old, and I was like, the boat's in great shape, and I was like, I really want to get it dependable. I want to put a brand new motor on it. So I got to thinking around, and I was like, I'm just going to get rid of it. So I ended up fixing the Evinrude that was on there and selling it for like $600-700. I think I sold it for $600. So we're at just $700 for the boat as it sits with the trailer and everything, tires and the boat, and it's nice. Got rid of the motor, and then I got to thinking about the Hobie, and I was like, Hobie it's nice. It's a nice kayak, but to me, one major thing you got to think about when you have a Hobie or getting these kayaks and stuff, especially if they're really expensive, those Hobies, they're thousands and thousands of dollars for those things. Every time I took that thing out, I felt like it was diminishing value. I was like freaking out. I was like, this thing's going to be worth like $20 when I'm done with it. Because I'm taking it out like, 2 or 3 times a week, 4 times a week, just fishing the crap out of it, dinging it, banging it. I'm like, man, this thing's going to crack, Even though they do hold up really well, and a lot of people, mine didn't have a warranty either. That's one thing you got to think about if you buy one brand new. And mine was used. Even though it was in great shape, I technically didn't have a warranty on it. So I'm thinking, man, this thing is going to tear up of it. I'm going to wear this thing out. I'm just wearing it out. So I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of it. And I sold it and bought my motor. And I'm very happy about that. I'm able to get, with my little boat, I'm able to go places that would take me all day to get to on the kayak. Far less energy, far faster, and with a lot less anxiety crossing the lake. I can cruise. It's still a small boat, but I can get out of somebody's way. I can run off. That thing does almost 30 miles an hour with me on it. But so yeah, that's it. And the kayak, the thing is with a kayak and a boat or anything you get, you really got to think about, the thing is with depreciation and value and stuff like that, you got to think about where you're going to store it. That thing, I don't really have the ample room to store that kayak. I just wanted it. And that's the thing. That's the world that we live in. We watch videos, we see people using it, and you think, man, I really want that. And you end up getting it, and then you're like, what am I going to do with this thing? So I had it, and I was like storing it on the porch, and then it's like on the trailer, and then in the middle of the heat down here in the south, it's like 100 degrees and humidity, and that thing's on the trailer, and you're like, got it covered up in the shade, and you're like, that thing's going to warp. That thing's going to warp. There's all these problems. I was like, I can't handle it. So I just started selling it. So that's the thing. You got to think about, when you buy those kayaks, they're huge. Even the 12-foot, that thing's a monster. So is it a great kayak? The Hobies are fantastic. That Hobie is. The Pro Angler was very nice. I'd seen another 14 that I thought about getting, but that thing was a monster. When it comes to moving around, I'm a big guy, too. I'm not a small guy. Sorry, guys, we got technical difficulties last minute. I'm not a small guy, so moving that kayak around was so much easier. The 12, I really enjoyed it. That was what I liked. The 14 just seemed too big to me, but I guess if you're one of those people that aren't nervous about going across the lake and going out in the ocean and all that stuff like that, then yeah, the ocean wouldn't be as bad to me as being out in the lake. Like, the ocean's got more room. People say, I don't know, just the lake and people drinking. I could just picture somebody hit me with a jet ski and there'd be helicopters and damn SWAT teams and people trying to save me. It'd be horrible. But that's that, man. The kayak, it's all about where you're low. You really got to think. You got to take away what you think you want and get into the mind of what you really need. If a boat is more your need, they're out there. You can find them. You can hustle around and find a good deal on a boat. You can't. I could have kept that Evinrude, that motor worked fine. I could have, and then I'd have been out, like, not even half of what a Pro Angler cost. So it is luck, but then again, I see deals like that all the time. You just got to get out there and find them. So in my idea, I like my little boat better than the kayak, but the thing is with a kayak, which I'm still going to get another one, I wish I wouldn't have got rid of my Moken, is the fact that it can still get into places that I can't drop the boat into. I can slide it down banks, put it in creeks. So a kayak is still king in a lot of ways if you have a lot of creeks and places you can't put a boat. So equally, they're both great and all that good stuff. But that's just my personal opinion. It's just me kind of coming in here rambling about one or the other. But I appreciate y'all for watching my video. If y'all are new to this channel, you first time watching this, and if you made it this far, hit that like and subscribe button. Hang out. We make fishing videos. And if you're a subscriber and you've watched this to the end, I appreciate y'all for watching these videos. I really do. I really appreciate it. I know it's rough right now and the fishing's not that great, and I'm trying to just put out some content for y'all. Thank y'all very much. And as always, I'll see y'all guys later. And I'm burping and stuff. As soon as I try to do my outro, I'm going to have to burp. That's messed up. All right, guys. I'll see y'all guys later. Y'all guys take it easy. Like and subscribe. See y'all.